from Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia. It's Week 16 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Atlanta Falcons taking on the Detroit Lions.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today, it's the penultimate week of the regular season, Week 16, and we've got a good one in store between the Detroit Lions and the Atlanta Falcons. Hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin along with Charles Davis. And, Charles, we take a look at this Falcons team as they enter play. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16.
And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25.
So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And leading them out, their signal caller, now in his 4th season in the NFL.
I tell you what, when he's on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice, because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one is capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
A situation they'll certainly want to avoid going forward. An early 2nd and long they're facing. They run the counter. Burns. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets them back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up.
Now, this defense for the Lions, they were terrific last week in the victory over Buffalo.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball, or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Here's Corey Bojorquez now to punt this one away. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Lions will take over. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time.
And at quarterback from the University of Oregon, it's Justin Herbert.
I know teams always talk about having a 24-hour rule after a game, and eventually we end up rolling our eyes. But it works both ways, right? 24 hours if you win, 24 if you lose. But, boy, it's a fun 24 when you win the game and you win NFC Offensive Player of the Week, isn't it?
Absolutely.
They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive.
They find some open field here. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
And Charles, you think about this offense, and it's kind of a tricky time of the season because you're 14-0, looking to see this one out to the end, but you start to run into situations where guys are getting a little banged up. Maybe could use some time sharing, some time on the bench, just to rest. How do you approach the rest of this regular season?
I'm telling you, you don't ask the easy stuff, do you? I mean, you created a heck of a situation there, and actually you didn't create it. You presented it, and you're exactly right. It is tricky because your eye has to be on the ultimate prize, which is the Super Bowl. That's paramount. But at the same time, how much fun would it be to go down as one of the all-time great teams and join the 1972 Dolphins as the only undefeated team to win a Super Bowl?
45 yards rushing so far, and this is just their first possession. They've got a new set of downs here. They'll run the toss here with Taylor.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
On the counter, it's Taylor.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now it's Herbert. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. A great play there. Touchdown number 15 of the year.
And the Lions are on the board first here this afternoon.
One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense.
And Charles, you look at these two teams, these are those kind of litmus test games in the second half of the season that if you're a coach or a player, you can either really look forward to them or really dread them depending on your point of view.
And if you're dreading them, you're not going to go very far in the playoffs. You need to look forward to these kind of games because here we've got 2 division leaders, both real contenders for the NFC title. And you're right, you love having easy games on your schedule, but you need some games like this to toughen you up a bit and ensure that you're ready for the shock of playoff football.
He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
That's caught by Gabriel Davis.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
That's a big gainer on that play, and from experience, I can tell you, that's where defensive backs will come into the huddle and say, guys, how about some pass rush? But you're going to say it nicely because those big guys up front, they don't like being criticized very much. Quarterbacks in this league, you know they'll pick you apart if you give them time like that to find receivers downfield.
And he is going to lose yardage here. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That's caught left side. It's Higbee, the tight end. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4.
I like the thought process. I like the design, but I think he may have waited a little too long to spot his man, because if you're going to run that drag route, you've got to put it on him and let him turn upfield. Instead, he waits until his receiver's too close to the sideline, and they don't get the yards after the catch.
On 4th down on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they, as mentioned, unbeaten to this point in the year, but you think this game, their toughest test yet.
I absolutely do, because to me, this is a good measuring stick game, because they've been able to take advantage of the schedule. But here, this is another team leading its division with an eye on making a Super Bowl run, so this game is crucial.
Up the middle, here's Taylor. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he's got room. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
95 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 47.
Running straight ahead, Taylor.
And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. They'll try the air now with Herbert. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
And in for the Lions, touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half.
And the Lions go up by 2 touchdowns.
Point after here coming up. And it's good to make it 14-0. So the drive there took 6 plays. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Atlanta prepped and ready for its next possession.
And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll drop to throw. Throw right side, going to be caught by Higbee. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. They'll give him 4 yards there. And now it's 3rd and 3.
Yeah, that one was covered pretty well because they were trying to leak the tight end out into the flat. I think they were hoping he could catch and turn upfield and pick up the first down.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack.
Well, if the goal is to get back into this game, the offense is certainly moving in the wrong direction. This is certainly a case where one team needs big splash plays right now, but unfortunately, it's the other team that's getting them.
On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is brought in at the 21. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A great return there of 22 yards.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Here comes Jonathan Taylor and his teammates.
He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime. All right, why cool off?
Keep everybody here.
Let's stay out on the field and keep going. But all that being said, everything is really working well for them. The play calling's been excellent. The blocking's been terrific. And obviously his vision and legs have hurdled him to this big number so far. We could be seeing something really special here.
And we'll see how much they give him the ball here.
A carry by Taylor to start the drive.
And some room to work. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
And even 150 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
Got to give a nod of appreciation to some of those guys up front over on that left side. Several key blocks sprung him.
No appreciation for the guys from the backside that didn't allow any leakage, anybody could run him down from the backside.
They're at the kids' table.
Okay, so front side guys good,
yeah.
Backside guys,
man,
that's what you're supposed to do?
I've had better.
Okay, either way, worked out quite well, didn't it? A nice sizable gain.
Back to Taylor on 1st down.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor.
And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal. Here's Herbert. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. A great play there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns.
And the Lions take a 3-touchdown lead. Well, just a sensational start for this offense, Charles. 3 drives, 3 passing touchdowns.
Is that like mentioning a perfect game in baseball? Or are we cool to do it here in football, partner?
No, I think you can do it here in football. I think perfect game in baseball, that's its own category.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Could not imagine a worse start for that secondary. Or let's face it, a better one for this offense. No chance they stop passing now the way that it's going. I think they'll continue to press the ball downfield and hopefully reap the same results.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Fields it right around the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25. Falcons offense making their way onto the field. Let's take a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive.
And they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
On 1st down, it's Burns. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. It's a gain of 13 and a 1st down for Atlanta.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. His throw incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. He'll drop to throw. And that is caught. It's Davis. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us?
Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. They'll look to throw here.
Getting the football to Davis on an out route.
The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on 3rd down. They'll look to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Chase Young, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year.
You've called plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on, how about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
Fourth down, and the attention turns to Falcon kicker Younghoe Koo. From the right hash, this from 53. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. And we'll see Younghoe Koo now for the Falcons. Koo knocks this one through the post, and the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. Well, maybe a moral victory of sorts. They're on the board here late in the first half, but this offense just hasn't looked that sharp.
Yeah, but at least they got the 3 points, right? At least have something to, quote-unquote, hang their hats on and maybe feel a little bit better about themselves as they head to the half.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. The final shot before the break for Herbert. They'll roll him out right. He's airing it out for Williams. And this will be caught at the 30. And he is into the end zone, and the touchdown record is now all his.
Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap.
All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early.
The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway.
And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD, and now here as they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, they score here. This one, it's pretty much out of reach.
We honestly might already be at that point, partner, because this team, they were dominant in the first half, continue to be dominant now, and I think they're viewing this as a put-away drive on their way to a lopsided victory.
And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21.
221 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage.
Touchdown! From 6 yards away.
And the Lions take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Well, on the other sideline right now, it's just absolute dejection. But, Charles, let's focus on the positive. With the lead that they built here, they've done pretty much everything to perfection in this ball game.
They certainly have. Makes me think that their week of preparation was excellent. And they flowed into this game, and it carried over. And right now, I don't expect them to back off at all. They're playing so well, they just want to keep it going.
Now the try here for the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
This taken in at the goal line. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards.
So we get set to start this third quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have to contend with a 3rd and 13. Now back to throw. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Well, that frustration, Charles, it's been building on the defensive side of the ball, and unfortunately there, it turns into a roughing the passer penalty.
Yeah, and they should be frustrated because he's picked them apart the entire game, but it's got to come out in a different way. You can't hit him illegally. Stop him downfield the way you're supposed to.
Now he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there, second down. Well, this defense, they've got the 4-score advantage, and you can see why they continue to bottle up the run game, and really they've just been sharp in all facets here in this one, CD.
Yeah, they've kept that offense in check the entire game, and I think it's been led by what you just talked about, that defensive front, which has not allowed them to run the football and establish control of the line of scrimmage.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Up the middle they go. Burns. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
2 straight 4-yard runs, and it is steadily working the ball downfield. To me, they're staying right on schedule. First down, you want 4 yards or more to set up the rest of the drive. They're getting exactly that.
And he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. They go play action here on 1st down. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Chase Young able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Looking to throw. And that is incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away.
Fielded at the 20. An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. They're obviously right now in the driver's seat, comfortably ahead. They've scored on a couple straight possessions, Charles, and I mean, for them, I guess it's just more of the same, right? Keep doing what you've been doing.
Yeah, it's not typical for us to see games out of reach in the 3rd quarter. Right now, they're...
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit.
Jonathan Taylor, his 12th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point forthcoming. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. 1 play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
Taken in at the 3. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Atlanta now coming out on the field.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
On first down, he'll drop to throw.
Trying for Ayuk, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Queen. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football.
That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw or maybe the ball's tipped or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
First and 10, Taylor now.
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown.
Jonathan Taylor
with touchdown number 15 on the year and second of the game.
And the Lions get another third quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
Taking it about the 1. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
So out come the Falcons now.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown.
And, Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick 6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
Fields it right around the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Second and 5. That's caught by Ayuk on the slant. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta.
Well, still in the third quarter here. Now, you look at the scoreboard, that deficit probably a little too much to overcome, but completions like that may be something to build on for future weeks.
Yeah, it's all about ending things on a strong note here, isn't it? Because my mindset is it's a new ball game from here to the end. Make sure it's a good one and close it out.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run the draw here with Swift. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll set up to throw. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And, oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches before they can get the punt away. Whistles as we've come to the end of the third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Falcons send out their punter as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
2nd down, another run with Taylor.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1.
They run once more with Taylor.
He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Calling no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. The 40, the 20. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well.
They'll run here with Taylor.
He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
On 2nd and goal.
Herbert has it knocked free.
We hear them discuss red zone efficiency a lot, CD, and they almost gave that one up in the red zone. Luckily, they'll have another shot.
And you and I both know that every offensive coordinator, play caller in the league, they take particular delight in their red zone calls because those are the payoff ones. But you can't call a play if your team doesn't have the ball. Got to secure it.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down.
And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately, not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Yeah, here now come the Falcons.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
This to the sideline and over everybody. Incomplete. No flags forthcoming, though. Maybe a break there. That looked like a clear throwaway to me.
Watch 18. 18's the mic. Come on. Mike 18. Mike 18. Silver.
And 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw again. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. The Falcons send out their punter as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Again, it's Taylor. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. Past the 20. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Brutal. So take away the long touchdown.
It's a cruel game sometimes, partner.
They'll try the left side with Taylor. Down to the 42, 2nd down.
Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
On 3rd down, here's Taylor.
And some space here. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit.
Jonathan Taylor.
41 yards.
And the Lions continue to pour it on here in the 4th.
Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. That one goes for 24 yards. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Back to throw here. He's got Higbee complete right side. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be second down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. On second down, Swift. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Now they got to get to the line quickly. They're going to look to throw. And able to find Higbee. It's complete. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 24-yard line. And that's out to the flat for Swift. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Back to throw.
Quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Now a leaping catch. He's got it. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Again, he'll drop to throw. And it's caught. A gain of 7 that time. Second and goal. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They'll look to throw again. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. Point after try forthcoming. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. A 10-play drive that time.
And it ends with a touchdown pass to Gabriel Davis. Takes it at the 7.
And Detroit getting set to go now.
And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
On the handoff, Taylor.
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line.
And that's on big Mekhi Becton, first-round pick in 2020.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. They're going to pass here with Herbert. He'll buy some time right. He'll let this go for the end zone. And this will be caught. Well, forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown.
Another touchdown here in the 4th quarter. And, Charles, I think we can start to consider that this undefeated streak of theirs is going to be safe for another week.
And, partner, you don't make it this far into a season without a loss unless you're getting contributions from both sides of the ball and sometimes even your special teams. And that's been true today. Each side helping guide them to this late lead.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for the Lions,
they are now 2 wins away from a perfect regular season as they move to 15-0.
And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Big D to take on the Cowboys. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, their playoff hopes take a big hit as they fall to 8-7. And they'll try to make amends next week as they host the Cleveland Browns. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.